Alrighty, guys, we are 6-3 in our last 9 NFL tier package bets on my website. And if you want to see who I'm betting on in the Super Bowl today, heard there's a big game going on. There's only 2 ways to do that, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in just a moment. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to take a quick timeout and welcome you to my college basketball video here today for Sunday, February 12th, 2023. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you. An unofficial national holiday. They should make that official. And actually, you know what? I'd prefer if the Super Bowl was on Saturday. I know that's not a popular take. But anyway, my name is Brock Page. I've been doing sports picks on YouTube since 2016. I also sell my personal plays on patreon.com/BrockPage. And once again, guys, I'm 6-3 in my last 9 NFL tier package bets on that site. And if you want to see who I'm betting on in the Super Bowl here today, there's 2 ways to find out. Number 1, you can sign up for my NFL tier package here today. My NFL tier package is going to give you a play on the side total and a prop bet here in the Super Bowl today. And of course, as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. Or number 2, I recommend this route. You can sign up for my all-inclusive full access board member package to unlock my Super Bowl picks. My board member package gives you access to every single personal play, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. I'm actually 7-1 with a push in my last 9 board member tier package plays themselves. Guys, the math works out to be just $1.66 a day if you become a board member here today. That's cheaper than a McDouble. And I'll tell you what, most handicappers, they're going to charge a couple $100 just for a day or 2 of service. And as an added bonus, guys, you're also going to get access to my board member podcast if you sign up for that board member package here today. Guys, I currently have over 535 members who are signed up and active on my website right now. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into some free content. Let's take a look at Temple taking on Memphis, 12 o'clock Eastern start time. Memphis is -8, totals 147. Now, the Tigers have been real tough to beat in Memphis. They're 10-1 straight up in the FedEx Forum, and they're in the top 25 in defensive field goal percentage. Matter of fact, the Tigers are limiting their competition to just 38% shooting from the field in their own building. Kendrick Davis has 51 steals on the season. He's also in the top 10 in the nation in points per game and assists. Meanwhile, DeAndre Williams, he's scoring over 17 points a game himself. When it comes to offensive production, Memphis is a top 25 scoring team in the country. They're facing a Temple squad who failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4. When it comes to offensive production, the Owls have had a tough time getting to the basket. They average only 65 points a game away from home. They're also one of the worst shooting teams from the field in the AAC. Now, total-wise, Temple saw their last 4 straight get over the number. Meanwhile, Memphis went 3-1 to the over in their last 4 themselves. I'm going to lean toward Memphis -8 over 147. Next contest, a little Big Ten action. I'm talking about Iowa at Minnesota, 1 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Iowa's -11, totals 146. And even though I do hate laying points in conference road games, I just don't think the Gophers can get the job done here. They're scoring a pathetic 60 points a game in their own building. They're arguably the worst offensive team in college basketball, at least at home. And no real surprise here, guys. The Gophers have one of the lowest offensive field goal percentages in all of college basketball. Now, they're facing an Iowa team who won 7 out of their last 10. They covered the point spread in 70% of those contests. When it comes to offensive production, the Hawkeyes are a top 20 scoring team. Chris Murray averages over 20.5 points a game. He's actually 16th in the entire country in points per contest. Meanwhile, Phil Rebraca, he's scoring 14 points a game himself. And out of Iowa's last 10 contests away from home, the under did cash in 60% of those contests, and that includes neutral site games. Now, for Minnesota on the other side, I'm just not sure they can score enough to help put this one over. They're also 10-3 to the under in Williams Arena. I'm going to lean toward Iowa minus 11 under 146. Next ball game, it is going to be Michigan State taking on Ohio State, 1 o'clock Eastern start time. Ohio State's minus 3, totals 137. And speaking of the total in this one, the Buckeyes have seen their fair share of unders recently. They're 6-3 to the under in their last 9. When it comes to conference play, the unders cashed in 62% of Ohio State's contests against the Big Ten. Now, Michigan State, on the other side, they went 8-5 to the under in their last 13 conference ball games themselves. More recently, Sparty saw 5 out of their last 7 stay under the total. And when it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game is being featured as my extra daily bet on my website. Today's extra daily bet, it's only going to cost you just $2.99. And if you sign up for that package here today, you're going to get access to that membership for the next 30 days. The math works out to be just 9 cents a day. As an added bonus, guys, you're also going to get access to my daily best play for the next 30 days, absolutely free. It's going to be included with your purchase. But as far as making a free play is concerned, I'm going to lean toward the under 137. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. It is going to be Purdue at Northwestern. 2 o'clock Eastern showdown. Purdue's the 4-point favorite on the road. Totals 131.5. Now, the Boilermakers are 23-2 on the season. They've really dominated Northwestern in recent meetings. Out of their last 10 head-to-head contests with Northwestern, they got the W in all 10 of those games. They also held Northwestern to just 60 points per contest in those meetings. As far as this year is concerned, the Boilermakers are the best defensive rebounding team in the nation. Zach Edey averages over 13 rebounds a game, and he also scores 22 points a night. He's actually in the top 5 in the country in both of those categories I just mentioned. Meanwhile, Braden Smith and Mason Gillis, they knocked down over 40% of their three-pointers themselves. They're facing a Northwestern team who's definitely not built for a track meet. The Wildcats shoot just 38% from the field at home. And equally as bad, Northwestern scores just 66 points a game in the Welsh Ryan Arena. Now, injury-wise, Julian Roper's still questionable for the Cats. When it comes to the total, Northwestern's 64% to the under in front of their own fans. Meanwhile, Purdue saw unders against the likes of Maryland, Minnesota, and Nebraska. I'm going to lean toward Purdue minus 4, under 131.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap. Give me Memphis minus 8 over 147. Quinnipiac minus 4 over 146. Northern Kentucky minus 16.5 over 126 and a hook. PFW minus 4.5 over 136.5. Youngstown State minus 2 over 145 and a hook. Iowa minus 11 under 146. I like the under 137 in the Michigan State-Ohio State game. Give me Iona minus 8 under 134. Manhattan minus 1.5 under 128 and a hook. Fairfield minus 5 under 125.5. Siena minus 9 under 130. Purdue minus 4 under 131.5. Missouri State minus 8 over 131. UNC Greensboro minus 9 over 134. With my next and final free pick, I'm going to lean toward Wichita State minus 6 over 138.